So there it is, just behind that cloud. That's the sun. That's practically high noon. I know it's not exactly high noon, but it's pretty close to it. It's not going to get much higher than that. That's not what it does. Not here in Edmonton. And what you're hearing in the background is a leaf blower. In fact, there he is, right there. Because that's how it works here in Edmonton. The snow that falls is usually crystalline, light, and can be taken care of with a leaf blower. It is also ridiculously cold. I think it's minus 18 Celsius is like 0 Fahrenheit. And with the wind chill, we're below that. So here we are, January 2nd, 2026. It's been a long while since I've done a snow video, and I'm not doing this in selfie mode, so I have no idea how the framing is. So if I'm cutting off here or cutting off here, well, you know, la-di-da. It's the back of the school. You can see just at that corner there, that's the tail end of the, I guess the west side of my building. For some reason, the school parking lot is plowed all the way back to here. I guess they don't have enough room in the lot to have any of the spots taken up by the plow. So they plow it all the way back here. It also kind of implies that they're expecting a lot more snow, that they've left that much room to it. It has been snowing off and on for about a month now. And after the first 15 to 20 centimeters fell on the Tuesday before Christmas, our apartment building, the condo management arranged to have the lot cleared of snow, which lasted 2 days before more snow came. It's now January 2nd and 20 more centimeters have fallen. And it's at the point now where the main street that we live on, and I say main street, it's a secondary street, but it is still a bus route, is such a soupy mess that you're tobogganing when you drive on it. And then there's a side street from that, a non-bus route, short road that connects Kirkness to 144. And that is so bad that if you try and drive it, you're risking the car swerving off into the snow and or a parked car, because they don't park on the back end for most of those houses, or just getting stuck. And we saw a car get stuck this morning. So it's come at a pace that has clearly overwhelmed the city of Edmonton's snow management team. But again, most of the time you can get rid of it with a leaf blower. But this last 3-week period, you would have had to have been out with that leaf blower about every 3 hours to keep up on it. It is just unrelenting. Even this morning we had more, and more is expected later today. Oh, that's... I keep thinking that this is west, and it sort of is, but it's also sort of kind of... Where is it now? Yeah. That is, the Pro Bass Shop is on the north side of 153, which is like where those hydro towers are. So that, like, to me, that's way north of us. So yeah, that is west, but it's more northwest than you would think. So true west is probably more like that way. Yeah, that's the other thing about not shooting in selfie mode, because if this is blurry, I can't tell that either. Don't know. Can't see the screen. But it is slightly better video shooting it this way, so most of the time. I say it's a better quality video shooting it this way. These are better lenses. But again, the problem is I usually cut off something here. I'm walking right now because the sun's coming out. Ahoy! Yeah, there you are. High noon. High noon in Edmonton. So I couldn't figure out why that was all blurry. It's because my glove was right over the camera. High noon in Edmonton. This is selfie mode. You can compare. Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. Look, a porta potty. Wouldn't you love to be using that in minus 30? Yeah, I was just out for a walk, and I thought, what the heck? Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Where is it here? Bus route. You know, you would think, take the glove off to use the phone, put the glove back on. I mean, you would think any road that has a bus route on it would get priority maintenance in a snowstorm, and well, that's theoretically true. It's simply just been unrelenting. It's kind of overwhelmed the system. They're having a hard enough time keeping the main roads clear. Never mind the secondary ones. I wonder if my nose is able to operate this. Ha! Yeah, so it is. I'm able to tap the screen with my nose. There is staff coming to the school during the Christmas break, but school doesn't resume until Monday, January 5th. And yet this is like the best plowed thing in the neighborhood. Of course, mind you, it could also be timing. They might have waited until just before or just after that last dump on Christmas Day to do it. But yeah, here's what I'm talking about. This is a main road. This is a main road. Buses every half hour transverse this. It is a main artery. If there's an emergency, emergency vehicles would be coming here first. And yet, it's a dangerous soup. I don't mind adding that it's January 2nd. There was school in December. Nobody ever updated that. So apparently nothing happened, and they didn't even feel a need to make any indication as to when school was out or when it's returning. It is a very, very nice area when the sun's out. Look, it's the National Film Board. Typically in the winter, the sun is out a lot, like every day at least 20 minutes to an hour. This might be all the sun we get today. I'd say at least half of the last 30 days have just been overcast as this unrelenting snow has continued to fall. It's just been kind of crazy. We have a little Toyota Echo. I'm not entirely sure that more fulsome trucks and such are better in this, but they certainly have higher clearance, so I can kind of understand that for Alberta if this is it. But I don't want to imply that it is, because we've been here since 2022, and this is the worst we've ever seen it. This is the least amount of maintenance on the road for snow that we've ever seen for this long of a period. I mean, I go a couple of days, you know, you do the same thing happened in Mississauga. But typically, it wouldn't take like a week or 10 days before you'd get this sort of thing cleared off, and it has. So I think the city's just having a hard enough time focusing on the main roads. That guy's actually parked on the sidewalk. How'd he get up there? There's no trail leading to it, no tracks or anything. Weird. This is what I'm talking about. Since the snow fell, I actually shoveled that clear. Here we are back again. You know, this side, that's just fell since Christmas. There's the stuff I shoveled there, but look, this is just since yesterday. We spent 20 minutes yesterday scraping the car clear. Well, at least we're not gonna have to scrape. That's just fallen since yesterday. So they've finally gotten around after a month and a half to break up the accumulation of snow and, well, ice by this point. And they plowed it all into the center of the road.